I just want to change the color of these, not because they need it, but just to show you. So we're just going to go over here, and I'm just going to add some CSS for those. So I just got to look to see where they are. So I'm going to go ahead and collapse my my header section here, and we'll expand this section here of the main, and then this section. Here we go. So I'm going to go down here where I have the chevrons. So it's this right here. So I'm just going to grab this class, Control C, and we're going to go up here, enter, boom, and dot Control V, comma, space. I got to do both of them. Remember, there's a right one as well. So dot Control V, and I'm just going to change this to right. Boom. Okay. And then we will just make it the same color as the other orange. The nice thing is this program keeps a memory of where you've been. Okay, good. So that will change that one. I'll just save it. And then I want to start formatting these cards. So I'm going to go ahead and collapse my this thing here. And I think this is because I think it's carousel cards and then the article section. So here are my cards here. And I just want to format these a little bit. So one of the issues that I have right off the bat that you're going to notice is they're different heights because you want to make sure the images are the same height so that they would line up like this. So these are all the exact same, size. So they match up really well. But the text that's written is not, right? So, and that's kind of difficult to make sure that happens. Also, the buttons are different. But I would like them to be all this size. I don't want to put an absolute size, because then what will end up happening is it'll kind of screw up when I do the responsive stuff. So instead, what I'm going to do is have these just take up 100% of the height. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look. So the card itself has this card class. So I'll just copy it. Don't really need to copy it. I'm sure I can remember it. But and we'll do dot card. I should paste it. But and we're just going to do height. And I'm just going to make it 100%. And what that's going to do is it's going to say make it 100% of the containing object, which would be the row that is going across it. So now when we go in here and I hit Control R, you'll see they are all basically the same height. Notice that these are now orange like we did too. So just to show you that that was also done. Great. I would like to change the background colors and the background color stuff. So we're going to go here, and here's card body. So I'm going to go ahead and do the card body and change that. All right. So we're going to do dot card hyphen body. And we're going to do background color. And I would like to... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I didn't want to do the body. I'm going to leave the body white because I think that might make it stick out. But I do want to change the button color. So actually, I'm going to do that instead. We're going to do... So there might be button primary on other avenues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say inside the card body, the button primary. So we're going to do card body, then dot btn dash primary. So inside the card body, the button primary, then we're going to change the background color here. So we're going to change it to this. So I'm just going to make the buttons that dark color. I'm just going to show you real quick because there is an issue after I do this. So Control R, you can see it's going to change it. But I don't know if you can see there's a little blue border, which I don't really like. So I can either do border, color, or border, and then do the abbreviation, or I'm just going to remove them. I don't think we really need it. So this is why you have the none in a lot of these options. So if we do border style, and then one of the options is none. So you might have been wondering before when we were doing CSS, I mean, I mentioned it before, but why is there a none? Like if it's not going to have it, but this will allow us to override now, and that will actually take the border out. So if we look in here, you can now see that voila, there's no border on these, and we won't have that issue anymore. And I already did current page. So the other thing is maybe change these things color. So I'm just gonna go ahead and collapse this row here, and I'm not gonna do anything with the article. I think it looks fine to me. But let's open up the footer. So I do have a footer here, so that's one way of trying to get there. So there's footer, and then it's going to be basically these guys down here, right? So what I should be able to do is just take it and make those that color. So right now it's being overridden. Oh, because I gotta do it to the A's, I think is the issue. Because they were the right color and then the A's did not. So we'll do footer and then A and see if that works. So we'll go like this. Footer, A, link, and then, oops, not that. And we'll have to do A, oops, sorry. Footer, A, visited, right? And then footer, I'm just gonna make it the same problem. What was it? Hover. That's good enough. I'm sure that'll be what we need. And then we'll just do color because these are typefaces, and we will do the dark color, and we'll see if that works. It might need more specificity. Control R. Oh, that worked. Okay. So now you can see they are the correct colors that we wanted, right? I'm not gonna do orange because I feel like it would kind of clash against the dark. But that's how we would direct towards those. Okay, so now we've kind of formatted a bunch of the elements here, which looks fine. And if we go here, you can see, right? So now it has much more of like a more unique style. The one thing I will say, one thing I want to make a point about, especially when you go to do your project next week, is that the you're not gonna be able to follow this exactly, right? Because depending on what your project is, you're gonna have different. You might have you're gonna have to basically kind of figure it out. Like, oh, I need to copy and paste this, and I need to remove that, and I need to, you know what I'm saying? So, it might change depending on what you're trying to target and what you're trying to do to them. So, but don't leave things as default because they look generic and it looks sort of, I don't know, just not very good, right? So after this, I think we're just gonna probably make our sub pages.